Okay, let's just hope I'm finding what I'm looking for. Let's see. There it is, motherfucker. Oh, hold on. Let me put this down. You see that little guy right there? Yeah, that little guy. Don't worry about that little guy. We got him. We got him. Oh, crap. Yeah, it happened. All right, so I've pretty much got everything stripped that I need to on this engine. I've got both manifolds off. I took the alternator off. I took this pulley off. That's where the power steering is going to go, is right here when that comes in. Air conditioner, starter, manifold on this side. So now it's time to take off. Time to do the oil pan swap, which I've already started on. I've already taken these big bolts out, which is the first first couple steps. That's what the first the factory dipstick was. And so on the other side, we're going to punch out a hole for the aftermarket. And so you got a bolt here. You've got two that come up underneath, and then back up underneath here, you got one that goes in this way on each side. So that's where all those are from. So what I'm going to do is now it's time to take out the remaining bolts that are all up underneath here and drop the pan. All right, oil pan's off. Old pickup tubes out, and the windage tray. So going through these steps right here, when I got to this, remove the remaining bolts and remove the pan. So right here it has you remove these big ones. This is what holds this, that's where these go, right? All these big ones. That's what it tells you, remove these, right? So I cross them out with a marker. Boom, 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 boom. Now it says remove the rest, or remove the smaller ones, the M6s. So I looked at the diagram. Oh, that's all we have left. There was one here and one here. So when I got all these out, it was still hanging. And I'm like, man, I'm missing something. So those two, they're right here. But you've got to look. They're tucked way up underneath there. So luckily I didn't get all angry with it, because then right here it says, do not pry on the oil pan or pan gasket. The gasket's integrated with the windage tray, does not come out with the oil pan. But then down here it says, remove and discard the oil pan gasket and windage tray. So these directions aren't great, and this is my first swap. So anyways, oil pan's out, that's out, it's on to putting the new one in, and we'll go over that real quick. Okay, I got the engine flipped over. I went ahead and separated them, and in the directions it has you swap this and that, so that your pickup can now mount to that one, because it was up there, because it pretty much came straight down. And this will move it to a mid-sump now. So now, I know that works. Ooh. And that sun is coming right in. I've started cleaning the surface. And then it also says you gotta put this in. And or this little bracket here. This is if you use the truck dipstick, but I'm using Holley's, so it'll go with this pan. So I've got those Loctited. They're in. So now I will clean this up, get the pickup, the windage tray, and pan set on here, and we'll get it flipped back over. All right, so this is going to be about oil pan fitment, and I had separated the trans. It was ready to go in. Oil pan, I put on The baffle, the windows tray, the new pickup. This shop's a mess. I was cussing and tearing it up last night. So I had all that stuff installed with the engine flipped over, and I just, just a slip of the finger, this dude went rolling down the oil drain passage for the head, and I heard it hit the valve cover. So I thought, well, I'm saved. And when I rotated the engine, I didn't hear it hit the valve cover, and then I rotated the engine and I heard it tink. So I thought it was in the head, stuck somewhere, wedged in there, but luckily I took the valve cover off, and here it is. So I'm gonna put it back together, roll it, and start back on the oil pan. All right, so after that mishap with the bolt, I was able to rotate it, pull the valve cover off, and it was down in there. Got the valve cover back on, bolt out, all that good stuff. Got the pan on, and got it torqued down, and the drain plugs in. So all that's left for, I guess that's it for the oil pan. So what I'll do is I'll put the part number, what I used, in the dipstick, which is, I haven't put it in yet, but it's a Holley dipstick. And the next video will be motor mounts, probably headers too. I think put all that stuff on. Or no, it'll probably just be motor mounts. Headers, I'll wait till I get the K member out. We'll set it all in there. Let me know if you get any questions. Thanks.